Hey guys, so I am here to film a first impressions of this here, the Too Faced chocolate bar. This is the palette here once it's out of the box. Comes, it looks like a chocolate bar on the outside. Then it's got this mirror here and then the shadows. It's got this plastic overlay, which, let's not get started. And that has all the names on it, and then it's got a good arrangement of shadows here. So it's got a mostly neutral in here, and then the few that are not so neutral are on this side. And it smells like chocolate. So I put together this look, this eye look. So if you want to see how I put it together, keep watching. So, I can already smell it. This smells delicious. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys what I can't stand. This thingy. This thingy right here. Can't stand it. I don't understand why it's so difficult to put the names of the shadows on the palette. So what I'm going to end up doing is, instead of telling you guys the colors as I'm going through, I'm going to end up putting them in a blog post, the corresponding blog post, and I'll link that below. I'll let you guys know all the colors that I use for this look. So we are going to, I've already started to swatch them just a tiny bit just to see what I wanted to play around with. I can already tell you that more than likely I will not be using this half of the shadows very often. I'll end up sticking to most of these, you know, brownie colors. We're starting out with primed lids. I'm going to take my 239 into this gold color here and place this color all over the lid. Ooh, the shadows are very smooth and the pigmentation is not, there's no question about any of the pigmentation. It goes on pretty even. My brush is still a little bit damp from wiping it off. So the color's sticking a little bit more than I intended. But the texture is awesome. I am really, really liking it. And I love that I can smell chocolate as I'm putting eyeshadow on. Alright. Next I'm going to take my 217 brush, which I've already dipped into the color, and use it in this medium brown here. And I'm going to be really easy about placing the color in the crease because I don't want it to be too dark and bold. I'll start out with blending it into the outer corner and then placing it. Not quite as cool as I kind of wanted for this color, so I'm going to go over it with this color here. Same brush, just dip it straight in. I didn't want to, I wanted to use a matte, but they don't have like a cooler brown and a matte color, so this will have to do. Take a clean blending brush and just blend the edges. I like to blend along where the lid and the crease meet. And then I blend the outer edges as well. I do like this combination, but I would have preferred a matte color. I'm then going to take my 228, which is just a small sort of detailed shader brush here, and place it in this color here. And I'm going to use this on the outer sort of quarter of my eye on the lower lash line to sort of connect the colors, and then bring it up into the outer V area. I'm not going to put a lot of this color there because I want to add the olive right there. So I'm just trying to get everything to flow pretty nicely, so I want to make sure these connect in this area. Then taking my same brush here and going into this olive color. And I want to make sure it's sort of right on the very like edge of the brush. And then start from the outer corner. And work my way to the inner corner. So the color ended up being a little bit more intense than I meant it to, so I'm just going to come in with a blending brush and try and sweep some of that away. So it just ends up, it just looks like another brown. Again, same brush, same color. Gonna connect this, the lower lash line, to the outer V and bring that olivey color up. And take that same blending brush and just make sure all of this blends nicely. Sorry, I can't find my pin, so my bangs are sort of in the way today. I really like the texture. I love the texture of these shadows. And you know, although I'm not typically a big fan of having a shimmery shadow in the crease, I'm actually really liking this. So it's going to be a touch more dramatic than what I'm used to, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. And if you're used to a look that's, I don't want to say it's heavy, but it's heavier than what I'm used to. I'm used to wearing almost absolutely no makeup. So this brownish olive color really doesn't come off as green as it looks on the pan, in the pan. I'm going to take a clean blending brush and go into this top color here. And I'm just going to place this just below the brow bone. Okay. And then sweep it down to clean up any little mistakes that I might have here. For the inner corner highlight, I'm going to go into this color here. And then blend it with a clean blending brush. Just to save on some time, I did the liner and the mascara and the rest of the face off camera, just because the last time I did one of these first impression videos, it was a little long. Because it was sort of two different kinds of videos thrown into one. I really like the texture of most of them. I wish there were more matte colors, and I think I say that about every single palette I have that's not an all matte palette. The only palette that I'm perfectly happy with is this one here. It's got a couple of non-brown, you know, so it's got this maroon color here, purple, pink. It's got a green color up here, and then this is a really light pink. So it's not your traditional neutral type palette, so it's got a couple of other, or a few other really good colors in there to sort of change up the look. I did use the olive green. Didn't really do a whole lot to the eye look here. You can't really tell it's an olive green. It definitely just looks like another shade of brown. This is my first Too Faced palette. I've never bought any of their other palettes before. So I might buy a couple others just to see how I like them in comparison to this. I don't know how much use I'm going to get out of it, honestly. So I like it, but I don't know how much use I'm going to get out of it. I will say that if I want to reach for a palette for just a single wash of color across the lid, I would probably reach for this one, because it's got it's got 4 or 5 colors. No, it's 4. I would use 4 colors here as just a single wash across the lid. And the texture is phenomenal. I love how satiny smooth and buttery these shadows feel. And I was quite surprised with the shimmery colors. Now, the glittery colors here feel kind of chalky to me, so I'm not, and they're sort of hard to work with, so I'm not crazy about those, but the rest of the shadows are pretty good. The packaging. This is, although it's in a, tin container or sort of metal-y container here, it's very flimsy. So I went to go pick this up and it came up and I gouged, which one? That one right there. So I was not happy about that. And it literally just happened as I was trying to finish this part of the video. So not too crazy about the packaging. I do like the outer tin thing, but it could be a lot more like Naked Basics, or not Naked Basics, the Naked 2 and 3 palettes, where you actually have to put some effort into opening them. But overall, I really like the palette. It's got a lot of really good neutral colors in here. It's a warmer palette, so I think of all the palettes, I still prefer my Naked 2 and my Naked Basics. But I could certainly do some fun eye looks and some neutrally eye looks. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions for me, leave me a comment below. I will have a blog post linked to this video. It'll be linked below. It's just going to correspond with all the colors and the tools that I use. So if you guys want to know which specific shadows that I use from this palette, or what brush I use, or where I purchased them from, I'll have those linked in my blog post. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I will talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Bye!